This is TW Battles doing online commentary for Napoleon Total War. I am playing France and my opponent are the Russians. Let's take a look at my units here. Some 6-pounder artillery, a unit of Old Guard, a unit of Lancer cavalry, 5 or 6 units of Fusiliers of line. Advancing quickly forward there. There's my general's staff. Some Grenadiers of the line, a unit of Young Guard, a 6-inch howitzer unit, another a unit of the Chasseurs, the Vaudegers, a skirmishing unit, another unit of the Old Guard, some Dragoons, and some Lancers. And let's take a look at my opponent, the Russians, all the way across the battlefield. This is the Borodino map. Lifeguard horse, Cossack cavalry, 3 units of Jaegers, 5 units of musketeers, the 20-pounder unicorn gun, the elite lifeguard foot, the Pavlovsk Grenadiers with those really nice helmets, another unit of the lifeguard foot, and another artillery unit in the back there. I believe that's a 6-pounder foot horse artillery. But anyway, you can see my Old Guard taking some artillery fire here. I'm not really too happy about that. They are an elite unit, and I'm going to push them forward to try and help them avoid getting struck by that artillery. There's my general's staff leading my army into battle. I'm pushing forward on all fronts here, left, right, and center. You can see here some of my units on the left flank crossing the shallow water, taking some artillery hits there. A lot of them are going to get up out of the water there and rejoin their units. And here's the Cossack cavalry coming across the water here, and they're going to attack 2 of my cavalry units that had skirted way down deep into enemy territory on the left flank. I see this at the last moment. I'm able to countercharge. And the Cossack cavalry are not going to get the best of this skirmish. Had they just been facing my Lancers there, it would have been a pretty even battle. But I also have my Dragoons over there, my heavy cavalry, and there's no way the Russians are going to win this cavalry fight. It's only a matter of time before they're overpowered and they rout. But nonetheless, a really good cavalry fight here. Let's take a look at it for another moment or two. And there they are. They're finally routing. Okay, you can see the Russians are pushing forward here, trying to get some units across the water there. Still taking some fantastic artillery hits. Oh, look at those bodies flying right there. That can't be good. That's my Old Guard unit, my elite unit, once again taking some artillery there. I was able to kill the enemy general. That should help me out, regarding morale and all that. And they're pushing forward some Jaegers, and there's the remainder of the general's staff. I believe it was my artillery that took out the general. Okay, you can see there this that 20-pounder unicorn gun ripping some holes in my Fusiliers of line. You can see some of these guys are actually going to get up and rejoin their unit. Some awesome artillery strikes there. Okay, so I'm forming a really strong line here. You can see I'm getting attacked on my right flank by a slew of troops coming there. And here's my Lancers attacking a Jaeger unit from behind. I thought I might be able to get them to rout pretty quick, even though there are 2 units of Jaeger there, and due to the fact that I was attacking them from behind. But they actually fought my cavalry pretty well there. Okay, let's take a look at some of my my skirmishers here, exchanging some fire. Here's my Fusiliers of the line. I'm moving up, and you can see the Russians starting to form some lines there. I have a good defensive position here. I've really created somewhat of a V here to kind of funnel all these Russian troops into the middle here. It's working out pretty well so far. These musketeers are attempting to form up some lines, but they're under such heavy fire they're having difficulty planting themselves and exchanging fire. You can see here I was trying to skirt my dragoons around the back side to attack some of that artillery, but I was met by this musketeers unit. It's a pretty even battle right here, but I've been really trying to get some of my cavalry to get to that artillery, but I failed to this point. That's good news for the French army. I was able to get that elite Russian unit to rout. You can see here my Fusiliers aligned, meleeing with the Lifeguard foot unit there. Bringing some of my Lancers around the edge here. I'm going to try and sneak them through some of this infantry to... and as they're taking shots here, I had to charge them into these musketeers here. I really didn't have a choice there. They were being threatened. I was losing some horses, so I needed to charge them. But my goal is to get them across the water to attack some of that artillery. You can see the Russians rushing multiple units across the water there, trying to get them into position to face my lines. You see my Lancer unit and my Young Guard unit advancing forward here. Some musketeers have reformed there from routing and fighting with my Young Guards. Now I tried to get my Lancers to rout this Jaeger unit relatively quickly, and I thought I could skirt around that. I believe that's a musketeer unit on the other side, but the Russians brought their Lifeguard horse cavalry in there, and that helped to rout my Lancers, so I've still failed to get to that artillery. But I have some nice lines formed here. I'm pretty much able to meet anything the Russians are throwing at me right now, so I'm feeling pretty good about my position, even though I am taking some heavy artillery fire. Let's take a look at some of my Vodakers here. They are a excellent skirmishing unit. They have good range, pretty decent reload time, but they do very well from distance. You can see the Russians forming their musketeer unit here. They're going to advance forward on my lines. And you can see they're surrounded on most sides by my French units there. They're taking a lot of heavy fire here. They're well below half strength, and they're going to rout. Okay, you can see this big blob of Russian units coming across the water there. My Old Guard is taking a wheel type of turn here on the left to kind of outflank and outmaneuver some of these units coming across. You can see the Russians having trouble forming their lines there. I think they're taking fire from so many different places. They're having trouble forming a line to exchange volleys with my units. And they're going to rout. You see the huge holes there left by that unicorn gun. That's just a devastating probably a large percentage of my guys lost in this battle so far have been strictly from artillery. So I'll keep pushing my units forward here, try to get to that artillery as quickly as possible. You can see me advancing my center, advancing my right, still under heavy artillery fire there. And I'm pinching in on the Russians here, trying to get to that unicorn gun. Let's take a quick view with the, looks like to fire a unicorn gun here from behind. There's a volley, and let's follow that artillery. Striking right next to my Vodakers. Killing one guy there, you can see him fall down. Let's take a quick look at my artillery, my 6-inch howitzer. Loading up the weapons there, getting ready to fire. See those red plumes coming out of their hats, very glorious. And let's try and follow that artillery. And I couldn't quite see where that landed, but for some reason here, I must have sent my general staff unit forward. I think I meant to melee charge with all my units, and that's my general right there. He's the only guy left out of that unit, and he's quickly I'm gonna run him away, and miraculously he gets out of enemy fire there. I don't know how he got out of there alive, but everybody else killed in his unit. He was the only one to survive, and I'm gonna run him safely behind my lines there. So for now, my general's safe. I'm going to quickly rush my units forward here. You can see my chasers are very close to routing. They were actually able to get the Russian unit to rout, and this is pretty much the end of the battle. I'm going to do some charges onto this artillery. Feels really good to take out this unicorn gun. You can see all the experience that was gained on the unicorn gun during the battle. They now have 4 bars. With all the damage they did to my troops, and I'll take out the final piece of artillery. Good battle there, and I hope you enjoyed it.